Hey and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's begin with our daily news. The future of 26-year-old Arsenal star set to be decided this week with the Newcastle waiting. Kieran Tierney's Arsenal future will be decided this week as the left back is set for talks with Gunners boss Mikel Arteta. According to Football Insider, that conversation is set to happen before the end of the week and it will determine whether the Scotland international will be staying at the Emirates next season or not. The former Celtic star has a contract at the North London club until 2025, but having seen his game time reduced last season, a move could be beneficial for his career. The arrival of Zinchenko saw the Ukrainian replace Tierney at left back, and even when the former Manchester City star was absent, at times Arteta would use another member of his squad in that role over the Scottish defender. Tierney made 36 appearances for Arsenal across all competitions last season, but was only in the starting lineup for 15 of those outings. Football Insider state that Newcastle are in pole position to land the 26-year-old star, as the defender is believed to be top of Eddie Howe's shortlist for a new addition at left back, whilst the Premier League champions Manchester City have also sounded out the possibility of a deal. This week is a big one for the Scottish star's future, and it should be known soon where the left back will play next season. Report shares what sources close to Bayer Leverkusen have insisted about the actual fee paid for Granit Xhaka. Sources close to Bayer Leverkusen are insisting that the Bundesliga side have not paid as much as £21.5 million for Granit Xhaka after he completed his move from Arsenal. That's according to a report from The Athletic, which comes following the announcement that the Swiss has indeed returned to Germany after a turbulent time at the Emirates. Granit Xhaka leaving Arsenal has been on the cards for some time. It did appear that he may be saying goodbye to supporters as Mikel Arteta's side brought the curtain down on last season. The Guardian previously reported that Leverkusen were closing in on a £13 million move for the 30-year-old, but more recently, the fee being talked about has seemingly been a lot higher. In fact, The Athletic reports that Arsenal are set to receive £21.5 million for Xhaka. However, it seems that the fee may have been less than that. According to The Athletic sources in Leverkusen, it has been insisted that Xabi Alonso's side have paid a lower amount with Xhaka signing a 5-year contract. Certainly, it appeared to be outstanding business from Edu to get more than £20 million for Xhaka. Obviously, he has been absolutely outstanding over the last couple of years. However, Arsenal fans had reason to write off Xhaka on more than one occasion, and he may not have too much longer at his peak at the highest level. Mikel Arteta will also have his sights set on recouping as much money as possible for the remaining weeks of the transfer window, so it's important that they do not sell players on the cheap, particularly when they have been as important as Xhaka. Ultimately, it's not going to change the game if Arsenal do not receive quite as much as £21.5 million, but it would send out a statement to other clubs trying to sign the Gunners players this summer. Fabrizio Romano says Arsenal will make an important announcement today. Fabrizio Romano has just claimed that Arsenal will announce William Saliba's contract at some point today. The Gunners are having the time of their life. They have already signed Kai Havertz and announced Reece Nelson's new contract, while deals for Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber are set to be on the verge of completion. Today's Arsenal announcement, however, will be about Saliba, claimed Romano on Twitter. Arsenal signed William Saliba back in 2019 when Unai Emery was still at the club. The Frenchman was viewed by many as one of the best young defenders in the world at the time, but it took him 3 full years before he could make his Arsenal debut. Since his debut, however, Saliba has been sensational. He was one of the best defenders in the Premier League last season, and it was his injury that led to Arsenal's title collapse. Saliba had entered the final year of his contract, and Arsenal fans have been desperate for him to sign an extension. Romano claims it's done and will be announced in the coming hours. He tweeted, Arsenal will announce William Saliba's new contract later today. Saliba signed yesterday, as revealed 24 ago, just time for an official statement. Saliba was approached by several clubs, but he only wanted to stay. While you are watching the news now, Arsenal might have already announced it. Arsenal fans are extremely excited about Declan Rice's arrival, but Saliba's new contract may just prove to be the Gunners' most important signing of the window. The 22-year-old was absolutely integral for Arsenal last season. He was one of their best players, and when he wasn't available, they struggled. Even Gabriel Jesus admitted this week that Saliba's injury was the reason why Arsenal did not win the Premier League title last season, which shows just how important a player he is. Gabi Agbonlahor says 28-year-old Arsenal man is talented but has no consistency. Pounded Gabi Agbonlahor has been talking about forgotten Arsenal man Nicolas Pepe this morning. Speaking on TalkSport, Agbonlahor and Alan Brazil were discussing the 28-year-old. It's safe to say Nicolas Pepe's move to Arsenal hasn't gone particularly well. The Ivorian international is still the club's record signing after bringing him in from Lille for £72 million in 2019. However, his minutes have been reduced each season. He's been at the club until eventually being loaned out last year. He scored 6 goals for Nice in League One, but still started less than half of their league matches. Agbonlahor has said that Pepe is a decent player, but simply has no consistency, which has hampered his time at Arsenal. He is one of many players linked with a move to Saudi Arabia this summer. It would be a real surprise to see him involved next season at the Emirates. Speaking about some of the more expensive transfers that haven't gone to plan, Alan Brazil said, Nicolas Pepe, I remember he is just no consistency. Agbonlahor added, one good game, one bad game. He is talented, isn't he? But for the fee that he came in, you have got to be consistent. Brazil concluded, I watched him at West Ham. He came in, left foot, bang, smashed one in. There will be a small sense of a missed opportunity when it comes to Pepe's time at Arsenal. As Agbonlahor mentions, Arsenal fans have seen small glimpses of talent from Pepe over the years. However, more often than not, he struggled on the right wing in a system that never really suited him. Moving on this summer feels like the best option for all parties. Ajax legend tells Arsenal fans that Jurrien Timber has the potential to become the absolute top. Soon, Jurrien Timber will be unveiled as a gunner. What a signing that will be! We haven't stopped talking about the Ajax defender for days. We have discussed how, with his arrival, Arteta may have killed 2 birds with 1 stone. And here it is what Ajax legend Emmanuelson says as per Football Transfers. I know that the Timber family is very good at planning the careers of the brothers. I would choose Arsenal. Why? They treat young players very well there. If you see how they deal with Gabriel Martinelli, Martin Odegaard and Bukayo Saka, they are all guys who are allowed to make mistakes and are made important at the same time. Timber has the potential to become the absolute top. That's why Arsenal would be a good step. Arsenal is growing. They will build on that. Arsenal will now be well stocked with defenders to keep us solid for many years to come, and with Timber only being 22 years old, there is lots of time for him to develop much further. Arsenal and Timber can progress together. Arsenal have a genuine interest in Jeremy Frimpong. Arsenal have a real interest in Bayer Leverkusen defender Jeremy Frimpong this summer, but a deal may be difficult to complete. That's according to journalist Tom Canton, who was speaking on the Gunner Talk YouTube channel. The Gunners have already been active in the transfer market, securing the services of Kai Havertz. Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber appear to be on their way as well, but Arsenal might not be done there. Arsenal have an interest in also signing young defender Jeremy Frimpong this summer. Signed by Bayer Leverkusen for £6 million, the right-back has been recently linked with a move to the Emirates. Whether another right-back should be the priority after Timber signs is another question entirely. Speaking about the 22-year-old, Canton said, Arsenal are not expected to finish with just Jurrien Timber in the market. It's my understanding that Arsenal's interest in Jeremy Frimpong, that was initially reported in Germany, is genuine. Arsenal do indeed have an interest in the Dutch international right back. However, it's a very difficult deal for us to complete. He got interest from a lot of clubs around Europe and in England as well. He is a player that wants to play regularly, and at Arsenal, at right back, that it's not a guarantee. Frimpong had a phenomenal season with Leverkusen last year, scoring 9 goals and providing 11 assists in all competitions. He switched between playing as a right back in a back four and wing back in a back three. His output was incredible, although there are question marks over his defensive output. If Arsenal have an interest in Frimpong, then it suggests Mikel Arteta is thinking about potentially switching up his setup. Frimpong would allow Arsenal to play with a back three, as Zinchenko could play a similar, more advanced role on the left. It's hard enough to sense how the Gunners might set up with their current squad. Adding Frimpong to the mix would only make it more difficult for opposition managers. Arteta offered the chance to sign a 22-goal star Chavi Simons. Arsenal have reportedly been offered the chance to sign PSV Eindhoven star Chavi Simons this summer. The Gunners have started off the transfer window in style. Kai Havertz is the only one who has been signed officially, but Declan Rice and Jurrien Timber are both reportedly on the verge of joining the club as well. Now, Arsenal have been given an opportunity to sign one of Timber's international teammates, Simons, journalist Paul Brown claimed on Give Me Sport. Xavi Simons had a sensational campaign at PSV last season, and it's no surprise that he has been heavily linked with a move away from the Netherlands. The talented Dutch forward scored 22 goals and provided 12 assists in all competitions, which is an outrageous return for someone who is still only 20 years old. Paris Saint-Germain have an option to re-sign Simons for just over £5 million this summer. Unsurprisingly, they are really keen to do that, but a move is only possible if the youngster gives the green light. That hasn't happened yet, and Brown has claimed that Arsenal have been offered the chance to sign him now. He said, I know they have been offered Xavi Simons. They do have an interest there, but haven't followed it up as yet. Romeo Lavia, they have clearly inquired about, so that would make him, of those names, the more likely to join. But as I say, I think that for Arsenal to buy another midfielder, once the Declan Rice deal is done, I think they will be looking to move somebody out first. Xavi Simons has been a popular name in Europe for a few years now, even though he is still just 20. Mikel Arteta probably knew all about him even before last season started, but the Gunners boss got the opportunity to watch him live when PSV faced Arsenal in the Europa League twice. £170 million attacker decides Arsenal are the English club he wants to join. He is so impressed by Arteta. The idea of Kylian Mbappe signing for Arsenal might seem far-fetched, but recent reports have started the ball rolling. Mbappe is being linked with a move to Arsenal after reports suggested the Gunners would be open to making a stunning move for him if he was to leave PSG. Of course, the money needed, plus the fact Real Madrid might have something to say, has seen most Arsenal fans simply laugh this one off. However, The Independent writes today that should Mbappe ever move to England, then Arsenal would be his choice. It's claimed Mbappe is said to be very impressed by Mikel Arteta's work at the club, holding a sense of excitement around the project. That challenge is said to appeal to Mbappe should he move to England. Mbappe, who cost PSG around £170 million, is well regarded as one of the world's top superstars. He very nearly led France to a second World Cup last winter too, as he scored a memorable final hat-trick. Of course, the idea of Arsenal getting Mbappe is a dreamland for fans. After seeing another French legend in Thierry Henry run riot, Arsenal fans would love to see Mbappe do the same. It must be said, however, that the Independent does state that no approach has been made, and even if one was, Real Madrid very much remain the favourites to land the forward. All football fans can dream, can they? So for Arsenal fans, We'll just have to forgive them for getting a bit excited about this one. Most will know it's not going to happen, but that doesn't mean the idea of having Mbappe can still enter their heads. Stranger things have happened, and the Premier League pool can be a big deal. And if Mikel Arteta can lead the Gunners to the title this season, then who knows? Arsenal might sign Mbappe. I will be uploading daily Arsenal news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.